Welcome. Today's flow is centered around opening the hips. Hip openers help us increase the range of motion in our hip joints and can help us release emotions that we may be holding on to. So, if you are ready to start this hip opening flow, grab your mat and let's get started. Our first pose today is child's pose. For this gentle hip opener, we want to start in a kneeling position. Feel free to take a wider child's pose here by bringing the knees a little bit more than hip width apart. Then we are going to sit the hips back towards the heels and fold forward, extending the arms out towards the front of the mat and just let your forehead rest on the mat. We're going to start to bring our attention to our breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. It's like we're creating our own little bubble of calmness here. Once you are ready, let's start to slowly walk our hands back to our knees, gently coming back up into our kneeling position. If you took a wide leg child's pose, let's bring the knees back in. Next, we have downward dog. This pose helps us release tension in our back, which is also nice on our hips because the hips and back share connective tissue and can easily affect one another. So to begin, let's come onto all fours, then tuck your toes under as you start to lift your hips up and back. Spread your fingers and press firmly into your palms to help you feel more steady. Try to relax your neck and shoulders as you continue to take your inhales and exhales through the nose, feeling the stretch in your body. Let's begin to release here. You can do this by slowly bringing the knees back to the ground and then coming into a kneeling position, or you can transition into pigeon pose, which we will be doing next. As we shift our weight forward, let's bring the right knee towards the right wrist. This should bring the left foot behind the left wrist. From here, we are going to let that left leg slide back, really getting us into this deep hip stretch. It's very important we listen to our bodies and how it's feeling. You can keep the stretch here, or you can lower yourself down to feel the stretch even more. What I love about this pose is how it can help release emotional tension. So maybe in this pose, you choose some things to release and to let go of. Let's start to bring the stretch onto the other side, slowly walking ourselves back up. Then let's tuck the toes under and come into downward dog once more. Taking pigeon pose on the left side now. This time bringing the left knee towards the left wrist, making the right foot become behind the right wrist, letting the right leg slide back. Feel free to keep the pose here or bring the stretch deeper by folding forward. If you're ready, let's walk ourselves back up. You can start to tuck the toes here, and we'll take our last downward dog. Go ahead and bring your knees back down to the mat, releasing downward dog. For our next pose, we have cat-cow. So we're going to start in a tabletop position. We want to try our best to line the wrists up under the shoulders and the knees under the hips, giving us balance. We'll start to inhale through the nose as we arch the back, lifting the chest and head up, feeling the belly drop towards the floor. And exhale through the nose as we round the back, tucking the chin and drawing in the navel towards the spine. We are just going to alternate between these two at our own pace, pairing our breath with our movement, allowing this pose to stretch those muscles in the hips. This pose always makes me think of the energy of yin and yang as you flow between each movement. A good reminder of how important it is to find balance. When you're ready to find a neutral spine, our next pose is Malasana. This is great for opening and stretching the hips. To get into it, let's bring the feet more than hip width apart, turning the toes outward and bending the knees as you come into a squat. We're going to press the elbows into the inner thighs to help widen the knees. We're going to try our best to keep the chest lifted and the back straight. I find this pose to be a little intense, so let's not forget to continue with our inhales and our exhales through the nose. Once you are ready to release, bring your hands out in front of you on the mat and slowly raise the hips and stand up, extending the back and shoulders. Before our next pose, we are going to take a quick stretch. Let's find ourselves seated with our legs out in front of us. Maybe you take a forward fold, just reaching the hands towards the toes. This is a good stretch for the legs after Malasana. After our stretch, we are coming into shoelace pose. This is going to help us further open and stretch the hips. So from seated position, cross one leg over the other, bringing the heels near the opposite hip. You can keep the pose here, or if you want to feel the stretch further, you can come into a forward fold and just take note of how it's making your body feel, finding where this pose works best for you. When you're ready, let's release our forward fold and slowly walk our hands back. We're going to take it onto the opposite side. Let's take one more breath and shoelace here and release. For our next pose, we are going to lay on our backs as we find happy baby pose. This is going to help us stretch the hips, back, and hamstrings. To get started, bend the knees towards the chest, taking hold of the ankles or the outside edges of the feet, using that to gently open the knees outwards, feeling that stretch in the hips. Maybe in this pose, you decide to close your eyes. Take your inhales and exhales deeper, letting the pose relax your mind and body. Just letting yourself feel more relaxed as you let go of any negativity from the day. When you're ready, let's let go of the feet and bring the knees to chest, giving them a little hug. Then let's take our time coming into a comfortable seated position. We will close out our flow together. Once seated, let's stretch our hands to the sky, bringing the hands together, and then hands to heart. Thank you for joining me in today's flow. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I am sending positive vibes your way.